Morning Ignition, JoAnn's Power Protocol. This recording isn't for people who want to ease into their day like it's some kind of gentle negotiation. This is for warriors who are done with half measures and ready to fucking show up. Not because the world demands it, but because you've decided it's time. Find a spot where you can actually be with yourself. Not that distracted bullshit where your phone's in one hand and your attention's in 16 places. Get comfortable, but not so comfortable you might drift off. This isn't about escaping. This is about arriving. All right, let's drop in. Not that shallow tourist version of dropping in, but the real deal. Take a breath that actually reaches parts of your lungs that haven't seen oxygen since 2019. Feel the air moving past your nostrils, filling your chest, expanding your ribs. The whole mechanical miracle that you forget is happening 20,000 times a day. As you exhale, let your body get heavier. Not the heaviness of exhaustion, but the heaviness of permission. Permission to let the surface beneath you do its one damn job to hold you up without you having to grip and strain and hustle for it. Now bring your awareness to that jaw of yours, the one that's been moonlighting as a vice grip, the one that's been doing overtime, clenching against words unsaid and feelings unfelt. Let it soften, not because I'm telling you to, but because it's been waiting for the chance. Let your lips part slightly. Let your tongue rest in the bottom of your mouth. That's it. Let that release. Continue down into your throat, that battleground where anxiety likes to set up camp, that place where you felt like you can't even swallow your own spit, where you gulp the weirdest thing when the panic rises. Feel it opening now like a flower that's been waiting for the right conditions to bloom. Not closed, not restricted, just open. Feel your shoulders drop, not just an inch, but all the way down to where they're actually designed to sit. These shoulders that have been like suspenders nailed to the ground. Feel those nails pulling out one by one. Freedom returning to your upper body, your neck, your very fucking capacity to move through the world on your own terms. Those hands of yours, the ones that shake and spill water when the anxiety cranks up, let them go heavy now. These same hands have held your children, created beauty, driven thousands of miles. That same steadiness you felt hiking Cinque Terre. Yeah, that's what's returning now. They know steadiness better than they know trembling. It's their native language, not this foreign dialect of fear. Let that release. Flow through your chest and belly. Those places where you've been armoring up for battles that aren't actually happening. Your belly doesn't need to be a fortress. Your chest doesn't need to be a wall. They can simply be the centers of breath and life that they were designed to be. Down through your hips, those thighs that love to squat, the knees that have navigated every terrain life has thrown at you, calves that know how to push against gravity and win, all the way to your feet, your literal foundation in this physical world. Now, as your body settles, your mind might start to quiet down. Or maybe it doesn't. Maybe thoughts are still buzzing around like they're late for an appointment. Either way is fine. You don't need to clear your mind like it's some kind of spiritual achievement test. Just notice those thoughts. Give them a little nod like you would to a neighbor you see, but don't need to have a whole conversation with. And bring your attention back to my voice. I want you to imagine a warm golden light beginning at the base of your spine. This isn't some woo-woo crystal shop light. This is the tangible warmth of your own life force waking up. Like the feeling of sun-baked concrete under bare feet, but inside your body. Feel it beginning to rise, moving up your spine like mercury in a thermometer on the hottest day of summer. As this warmth rises, it dissolves tension as it goes, through your lower back, releasing the protection you've been holding there, through your middle back, where you've been bracing against expectations, through your upper back, where you've been carrying everyone else's needs but your own. It continues to rise, reaching the base of your skull, that place where tension loves to collect, like it's building a dam nest. Feel it dissolving that tension, releasing the grip that's been holding your mind captive. And now, as this warmth fills your entire head, I want you to imagine it spilling over, cascading down the front of your body like the most soothing waterfall you've ever experienced, down through your face, your throat, your chest, your belly, all the way down to your toes. Your entire body is now saturated with this warmth, this aliveness, this readiness. Not the jittery, anxious readiness of someone bracing for impact, but the centered readiness of someone who knows they can handle whatever comes. And as we go deeper into this state, I want you to notice something remarkable. The deeper you go, the more awake you become. This isn't about checking out. This is about checking in with the parts of yourself that have been waiting for your attention. Now, with your body relaxed but alert, your mind clear but engaged, I want you to imagine yourself standing in front of a mirror. Not just any mirror, but one that shows you as you truly are. Not the warped reflection of fear or the distorted image of self-criticism, but the real, authentic JoAnn. See yourself clearly, the strength in your stance, the natural power in your frame. This isn't about looking perfect. This is about recognizing capability. This is about seeing possibility. Imagine watching yourself begin to move, not self-consciously, not performatively, but with the natural grace of someone who trusts their body. See yourself begin those squats you love, the movement flowing from the intelligence of your muscles rather than the criticism of your mind. Watch how your body knows exactly what to do. The way your feet plant firmly on the ground, creating a solid foundation. The way your knees track perfectly over your toes. The way your glutes engage at the bottom of the movement. The way your quads light up on the drive upward.
This body of yours, it's not just a vehicle to get your brain from place to place. It's not just something to be managed or tolerated or fixed. It's the physical manifestation of your capacity to engage with life itself.
As you continue watching yourself move, I want you to see your values reflected back at you, not as abstract concepts, but as living, breathing parts of who you are. Friendship. See it in the way you show up for yourself with consistency and compassion. The way you keep promises to yourself. The way you offer understanding instead of judgment. This same quality that makes you such a loyal friend to others is now directed inward, creating a relationship with yourself that's characterized by honesty and genuine care. Safety, not the illusory safety of trying to control everything outside yourself, but the real safety that comes from trusting your own responses. See it in the way you stand, grounded and present, knowing you can handle whatever comes, not because everything will be perfect, but because you'll be there for yourself no matter what. Abundance. Feel it in the energy that radiates from your movements, in the possibilities that open up when you move without restriction. Not the scarcity that says, I have to hold on tight, but the abundance that says, there's more than enough of time, of energy, of opportunity, of joy. Notice it in the integration of your body and mind, the seamless communication between intention and action. No more disconnection, no more feeling like you're operating in separate pieces. Just the flow of a unified system working in harmony. Trust. See it in your eyes as you watch yourself. The quiet knowing that you've got this. Not because you've never failed, but because you've survived failure and kept going. Because you faced the panic and come out the other side. Because you know the difference between the voice of fear and the voice of truth. Self-worth. Feel it in the straight spine, the lifted chin, the direct gaze. Not arrogance, but the simple dignity of someone who knows their own value isn't up for debate, who doesn't need external validation to confirm what's already true, that you matter exactly as you are. Openness. See it in the relaxed shoulders, the easy breathing, the available heart. Not the contracted state of someone bracing for impact, but the expanded state of someone ready to receive life as it comes, not just the parts that feel safe, but all of it. Authenticity. Notice it in the natural expression on your face, the unforced smile, the absence of performative masks. This is you without the layers of adaptation and people-pleasing and fear-based behavior patterns. Just JoAnn in her natural state of being. Confidence. Watch it in the decisive movements, the clear intentions, the absence of second guessing. Not the fragile confidence that depends on everything going right, but the resilient confidence that knows you can navigate whatever goes wrong. Understanding. See it in the compassionate awareness in your eyes, the recognition of your own story with all its complexity. Not just the symptoms of anxiety, but the deeper currents that have shaped your journey, the wisdom that comes from living your own life and paying attention along the way. Support. Feel it in the way your body supports itself, each part doing its job without strain or struggle. The skeleton holding, the muscles engaging, the breath flowing, all creating a network of support that starts within and extends outward. Respect. Notice it in the way you move with care and intention. Not rushing, not forcing, not apologizing for the space you occupy. Just the natural dignity of someone who knows their worth isn't measured by productivity or perfection. Appreciation. Feel it in the genuine gratitude that flows through you. For this body that carries you, for this mind that learns and adapts, for this heart that continues to open despite everything it's been through. As you take in this vision of yourself, fully embodying your values, I want you to recognize something profound. This isn't some aspirational future version of you. This isn't who you'll become, if only or when finally. This is who you already are, beneath the noise and the fear. This is your authentic nature, when the static of anxiety isn't drowning out the signal. Now let's bring this energy fully online, not just in your imagination, but in your physical reality, right here, right now. I want you to become aware of the base of your spine again, that foundational point where power originates. Feel a stirring there, an activation that's both physical and energetic. This is your life force in its purest form, not limited or contained, but ready to flow. As you take your next breath, feel this energy begin to rise through your body, not in some abstract, woo-woo sense, but as a tangible sensation of increasing aliveness. Through your lower back, enhancing the natural curve of your spine. Through your middle back, supporting your heart and lungs. Through your upper back, creating space for your shoulders to move freely. With each breath, this energy increases not in the frenetic, scattered way of anxiety, but in the focused, directed way of purpose. This is the difference between being chased and choosing to run because it feels good to move. Feel this energy reaching your shoulders now, dissolving any remaining tension, replacing it with strength and mobility. These shoulders that used to feel nailed to the ground are now free to rise, to lower, to open, to express, to participate fully in your life without restriction. As the energy continues to rise, it reaches your neck, that place where anxiety used to create that feeling that you can't even swallow your own spit. Feel how open it is now, how relaxed, how ready it is to express your truth, to laugh without hesitation, to swallow without thought. This is your throat remembering its natural state of ease. The energy flows into your jaw, releasing any lingering tension there. Your face softens, not in weakness, but in authentic expression. No more mask of coping, no more performance of I'm fine. Just the real JoAnn, showing up as she actually is. Finally, this energy fills your entire head, activating your brain in a new way. Those neural pathways that have been carved by anxiety are not the only options available to you. With each new experience, each new response, you're creating alternatives, roads less traveled that become more accessible with every choice to take them. Now, I want you to notice how this energy isn't just rising, it's also radiating outward from your center, from your core, that powerhouse that connects upper and lower body. Feel the strength there, the stability, the capacity to generate force and to absorb impact. This is your center of gravity, your physical home base. From your heart, not just the muscle pumping blood, but the energetic center of compassion and connection. Feel it expanding, opening, becoming more available, not in vulnerability, but in strength. The strongest hearts are the ones that stay open despite knowing what it's like to be hurt. From your hands, those expressive instruments that translate your intentions into actions. Feel them becoming steady, capable, alive with sensation. These hands that have shaken with fear are now conduits of your power, your creativity, your ability to reach out and engage with the world. With each breath, this energy intensifies, building like a wave that's gathering force. Not to crash and dissipate, but to carry you forward with momentum and direction. This is what it feels like to be fully resourced, fully activated, fully alive in your body. And as this physical energy builds, I want you to connect it directly to your values, making them not just mental concepts, but embodied realities. When you stand in friendship with yourself, your posture naturally aligns. When you create safety from within, your breathing naturally deepens. When you recognize your abundance, your movements naturally flow. When you experience genuine connection, your heart naturally opens. When you trust yourself completely, your eyes naturally focus. When you know your self-worth, your voice naturally strengthens. When you embrace openness, your chest naturally expands. When you live authentically, your expression naturally clarifies. When you embody confidence, your steps naturally steady. When you deepen understanding, your mind naturally sharpens. When you feel supported fully, your base naturally grounds. When you command respect, your presence naturally intensifies. When you practice appreciation, your energy naturally expands. This is the physical reality of your values, not just ideas in your head, but expressions in your body. You don't have to feel perfect to access this power. You just have to return to it. This is what it means to live from the inside out rather than from the outside in. And know this activation isn't dependent on external circumstances. It doesn't require perfect conditions or the absence of challenges. It's available to you at any moment through the simple decision to connect with it. This is your birthright, your natural state, and the way you were designed to experience being alive. As you prepare to move into your day, I'm encoding these powerful anchors that will continue activating long after this recording ends. First, whenever you catch a glimpse of yourself in any mirror, whether it's a quick check in the rear view or a full reflection in your bathroom, you'll automatically stand a little taller, breathe a little deeper, and connect with this core power. The mirror becomes a reset button, instantly bringing you back to this state of aligned strength. Second, with each workout, especially those squats you love, your body will reinforce this integration of values and physical presence. Each rep becomes more than just movement. It becomes an affirmation of who you are and how you choose to engage with life. Third, my voice will return to you at critical moments. When you get that call about plans, when freeway driving looms, when restaurants feel challenging, when Barcelona gets mentioned months in advance. That word used to mean fear. Now it means I'm coming. Whether physically or energetically, it means I'm ready. Instead of triggering that familiar cascade of panic symptoms, these moments will activate the state of resourced power. Fourth, when you feel your hands start to shake, on the steering wheel, around a glass of water, anywhere, you'll take one of those breaths that reaches the bottom of your lungs, and you'll instantly reconnect with the steady capability of these hands that have done remarkable things. Fifth, when you feel your throat begin to tighten, that old familiar sensation that says, I can't swallow, you'll immediately recall how it feels right now, open, relaxed, ready for anything. And that remembering will become physical reality, replacing constriction with ease. Sixth, when that crank up starts to happen, that anticipatory anxiety that has its own anxiety, you'll recognize it not as truth but as outdated programming. And in that recognition, you'll have choice to step into this activated state instead, to choose power over panic. And finally, each time you listen to this recording, these patterns will strengthen and deepen, becoming not just practices you try, but ways of being that feel natural and automatic. Not because you're trying to be someone you're not, but because you're finally becoming who you've always been beneath the limitations that never really belonged to you. Now, as I count from 1 to 5, you'll return to full, alert wakefulness, bringing with you all the strength, clarity, and power we've activated together. 1. Energy, circulating through your entire system, awakening every cell, every tissue, every fiber of your being. 2. Mind clear, focused, ready for whatever this day brings. Not from a place of bracing, but from a place of embracing. 3. Body strong, capable, alive with sensation, connected to your environment through every sense, ready to engage rather than escape. 4. Taking a deep breath that feeds every part of you physically, mentally, emotionally, and reminds you of your capacity to be fully present in your life. 5. Eyes open, fully present, stepping into this day like you own it because you do. This is your day, your body, your life. Not something to endure, but something to create. Welcome to your morning, JoAnn. The world isn't ready for what's coming, but you sure as hell are.